Welcome to your umpteenth communications call for Giveth superstars and heroes alike. Today is Friday, October the 8th, and I am Lauren, your comms host. Okay, I guess let's just start with check-ins. Hopefully Mitch will show up, would be nice, or Danny. I think they, oh no, there's a bug in my smoothie. I think they will. But in the meantime, I guess let's start with current vibe, intentions, and distractions. I'll start because I'm talking. I'm feeling sleepy and like a little bit high, but not actually high. It's just my feeling. And my intentions for the call are to just go through the issues. I especially want to talk a little bit about some admin-y type stuff that I was thinking could make comms a little bit smoother. But yeah, just lead a good call. I'm not distracted except for by the bug in my smoothie. I hope doesn't bite my tongue while I drink it. And I'll pass it to Mia.
Yeah, hi. I'm feeling quite relaxed. I've just got a distraction of wanting to finish my breakfast. And yeah, just want to keep up to date with everything. Pass it to Ashley.
I'm feeling pretty good, kind of frazzled still over computer stuff, but I'm gonna figure it out. And my intentions are just to check in with you guys, see where we're at, see if we can push some of this documentation. And my only distraction is there's currently like a river of cleaner ants coming through my house, so I'm trying to move periodically so that I'm away from them. And yeah, that's it. So back to you, Lauren.
Oh man, I'm like, you should leave the house, go to another house for a few hours. But yeah, I know those cleaner ants, those are crazy. Okay, I'm just gonna tag Hannah, Mitch, and Danny and see if they can come. I hope they do show up, but if not, great. Okay, well, I guess let's just jump into the admin-y stuff. So I was doing things this week and just thinking like of ways that we could make our system smoother. And you know how we've been like writing all our documentation in HackMD and then like writing comments? That's really annoying. And I know we all think it's really annoying. So I was thinking just like, how about as a general idea, we write the doc in HackMD, then we copy and paste it to Google Docs, and then that's the link that we share for like QA, and then we can just like do suggestions, and then all like the markdown formatting will still be in there, and then we can just copy and paste it back in the HackMD. So it's like our working doc, like as individuals, is the HackMD, but then when we do the collaborative edits, we can use Google Docs. What do you guys think?
Yeah, that makes sense. And I think the only reason we use HackMD is just for the markdown formatting, so you could just copy and paste it into the docs. So
yeah, exactly. So if we write it in HackMD and then copy and paste it over and then copy and paste it back, markdown formatting's all there, no problems.
Yeah, we just have to make sure like when we link stuff that once we copy and paste it back over that the links are all like formatted right. I think that's the only thing really.
Oh yeah, totally. But I think for the markdown link stuff, it's like, it's like square brackets and then round brackets. So as long as we have all that in there. Yeah. Anyway, you're right. We're on the same page. Okay, cool. And then the other thing, I went through the Giveth planning board, and I think it was sometime this week, but at some point this week, I looked at the Giveth planning board, and I was like, I had this sigh of relief because all of the issues were relevant, and I was so excited. And then I was just thinking like, wow, maybe we could use the planning board like even better. And what I was thinking is like, apparently, let me just open GitHub, and then I'll tell you what I think. I can share my screen. Cool. Do you see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah, so like I was thinking, okay, my brain thought is that we have the backlog for things that are like not coming up like within the week or within like our 2-week period. And then the to-do is stuff that we plan on getting to like within the week or next 2 weeks, you know. And we could also put things that are like blocked. Like we have a number of like email things that are like, oh, we have to wait for the project wizard to be done in order for this to like actually happen. So we could put that like back in the backlog or something. Or we could put it in done depending on like its level of doneness. If it's blocked, like you can't finish the content until something's done, we put it in the backlog. And if it's blocked, like we just need something to go live so that can go live, we put it in done.
Lauren, can I ask, is there an indication that it's blocked? Like, would it be good to actually have a column for block?
Yeah, I mean, there is like, you can put dependencies. So like on this one, for example, make our forum better. Make our forum better is blocked by governance process. So it's like you can actually like add issues by adding a dependency, and then it like has this little indicator on it, you know. But it's just some of the things that we're blocked by are not actually like comms issues. Like the project, like the get your project onto Giveth trace is blocked. Adding the email is blocked by the wizard going live. So that's actually like a dev issue. So we could make an issue be like, check to see if like the project wizard is live or something, and then add that as a dependency. And that actually might be a nice idea. Yeah, I think that's actually a good idea. We can totally do that. And then, because it is nice to have these little blocked indicators.
Well, I think you can actually add a dependency from a different board, can't you? Since it's all within the same organization, shouldn't you be able to add the dependency on the actual issue on the dev board?
Yeah, maybe you can. And we should, if we can, we totally should.
And then we don't have all these like other little like issues that are almost duplicates of stuff.
Definitely, yeah. Let's do that. I think that's a great idea. So maybe if you're assigned to issues, maybe we could all do them for the issues that we're assigned to, because we probably know the blockers for the ones that we're on. Yeah, I think that would be really cool. And then I was also thinking like, okay, so, and I was talking about this. So apparently in progress is really only supposed to have like 1 or 2 issues per person in like that they're actually actively working on at that time. So it's like, if you're not actually working on it, move it back to do. And then if you're like actively working on those, it can go into in progress. Yeah. And then like in the to do and backlog, like Mitch was saying before also, like, you know, that it seems like we have so many issues and so many things for comms and documentation. Like we can create like a priority list. So it's like things that are like lower priority, we put to the bottom, and things that are like highest priority and should come next go like right at the top of the to-do list. Yeah, what do you guys think?
That sounds good.
Cool. Well, those are just cool. Yay, awesome. Yeah, I was thinking that this would just like make our organization flow a little bit better, and I've been trying to like manage and move all the issues across. But yeah, this seems better. And then if we could all sort of like also take care of our own issues, like and even close them, like move them to done, and then like when we know that they're live, we can close them. I think that this is actually live now, but I haven't checked. Yeah, and then that just makes things like a little more organized. So then when I'm preparing also then the notes for the comms call, if things are closed and done, then I don't need to then I can take them off of the agenda. Yeah.
And there's a way to pin them in there, right? So like if we were to create an issue and pin it that has this flow, like that kind of just like, this is how the board flow works, just so that if new people want to come in, they know how to assign issues and move them accordingly.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Okay.
So you mean like, can I write a new issue explaining these rules and then put it to the top? Yeah, that's a great idea. I'll totally do that. Yeah, cool. Can you put my name next to that point too? I don't remember. Okay, awesome. Well, that's all I had for like admin-y type stuff to try to just like improve our flow and organization. Does anyone else have anything on that, or should we just move on? Okay.
I think we can move forward. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Let's just move on. So give economy documentation. I didn't make any progress on the FAQ or the give drop stuff. I spent a lot of time like working on like the copy and like design stuff for the give economy. So these are still outstanding. The GiveStream one is actually almost done, and Rodri's working on an image for me for that. So I'm communicating with him, but that's the status on all 3 of those. And then Ashley, can you update us on your 2 issues that are here?
The project verification, I think, is ready to go. I incorporated comments from you and Mitch, and then left feedback on other comments. So I think that that's pretty much ready to go live. We're just kind of waiting for the link. I guess there's a couple links that don't have documentation, like for the give back stuff. And I've worked on that a little bit, but it's still completely like ready for the give backs thing. But the project verification process and guidelines is ready.
Okay. Well, great. Awesome. That's awesome. Great. So it's just blocked by us getting, I guess, the give back documentation up there. And then in the meantime, Danny and whoever else is going to be supporting you in this can use it.
I wonder, I mean, is it really that bad to just have a bold thing that says add link, and then once the link is, I mean, we could publish it even before the link is ready and then go in and link it later.
Maybe then rather having it say add link, we can just have it say like documentation to be added later. Like, so that it's like if someone's actually reading it, it's not like add link.
Or coming soon or something.
Yeah, coming soon. Yeah, documentation coming soon is better. Yeah.
I mean, I don't even necessarily have to put add link as long as I personally remember to go in and add it later.
True. True. But I think it is worthwhile for context. If it's the only place that says give backs and all our documentation and it's like confusing to people, I think a little coming soon would help everyone. Yeah. So this covenant thing is still on there. It's just, I'm not going to get to it for a while, I think, because I'm not really sure if we should add proposal types or not. Like, we had a call with Bright ID, and yeah, they were like, oh, we chose to leave proposal types out because we wanted to keep it specifically more vague so that it was like, you know, we didn't limit the proposals that would come in. But then, I don't know, so it's sort of like a contentious point whether or not we need to update that at all. So I'll just leave it there. But other documentation, governance process, Mitch isn't here, contributors guide. I guess is this blocked, Ashley?
Which one? The contributors guide?
Yeah.
It's blocked by a lot of things.
Okay.
I mean, the whole RGive distribution might change now that we have a different DAO. Like, all the different aspects of things are changing. We're adding like these work agreement flows and all of this stuff. So it's just like, as we're moving it forward and defining it, I'm putting it out. And, you know, I wonder if I could just like at least to a place where we could put something. But I think for now, like the newbie guide that Mia made is like a good place to point new people to until we actually have a lot more clarity on this. Because that's what I was doing. People are like, I want to contribute. I'm like, okay, well, check out this guide because, you know, at least we got that. And then going forward, they can kind of like ask questions, and as they get involved, they'll kind of figure out how things work. But it's still like, it's like everything is always changing.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you think it's not worthwhile to put on the docs, like, you don't think it's worthwhile to like pare it down a little so that the stuff in there is definitely relevant and then put on the docs, and we can just like leave it out for now, point people to the newbie guide, and then like at some point in the future. And
you could take a look at it if you want to just like see what it looks like right now, but pretty much all that's outlined in there right now is like how to make your trace to get pan distribution, how to get rewarded for pan distribution, kind of a little bit about what source cred is, what praise is, how to do praise, and then so then it's going to go forward into like RGive distribution, work agreements, like regular rewards, all the different levels of like getting rewarded for contributing.
Hey, that's actually really cool. Maybe like I think all the stuff I'm looking at right now, I think all the stuff with praise and source cred, like all the stuff in the pan distribution isn't really going to change too much. Maybe you could just be like, for details on like regular rewards and RGive and blah, 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 like this is like coming soon and is like the process is changing, and then we could just put it on the docs as it is right now. What do you think?
Okay, well, I'll try to polish it up a little bit so that it can at least be relevant to right now, and then just keep working on it going forward and updating it as things get more clear.
Yeah, I think it's worthwhile to include that praise stuff somewhere in our docs, because it's kind of confusing to people who don't know anything about it.
Yeah, well, I have a little bit in like the Discord guide about how to give it and stuff, but it doesn't really like explain kind of what it is or like encourage people to do it that much. It just like tells you how to interact with the bot.
Okay. Yeah, makes sense. Well, okay. But wait, so does what I'm thinking make sense, like to polish it a little and put it on the docs, or are you kind of just like, it's already in the Discord, like we're gonna change it a lot? I think.
Yeah, I'll try to polish it up a bit and just so we can at least get something up there, and then and then as we add stuff, I can always just go and edit the page.
Okay, that sounds great. Perfect. Yay, amazing. So I will put a little. So I started also like to make our meetings a little bit better. I started coming up with a new system of like blocked things and like slowed things that are slowed and things that are blocked. So anyway, at the bottom you'll see. But anyway, okay, terms and conditions. I know that Mia, you had finished your first version and Danny was going through with edits, but I don't know. Have you? I don't know. You want to update us?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen her make a few more comments and whatever, but there's definitely things that I just don't have any answers to, like I said to you before.
Right.
And, these are like legal things. So, yeah. And you were going to contact someone who had a little bit more of that kind of hat?
Oh, yeah, totally. Sean from TEC, but I think it's better to do like at least once Danny finally goes through. It sounds like we're kind of like leaning on Danny or waiting on Danny to
I've seen her make comments, like I've gotten notifications that she's been marking things off, so there's definitely, it's becoming less that needs to be like answered. I'm just not sure if she's 100% through it.
Yeah, I don't think she is, but maybe she is. We'll just leave it on there and I'll message her and be like, hey, don't forget about this.
Yeah, because it's been sporadically. It hasn't been, there's been a little bit coming through. So she doesn't seem to be consistent with like finishing it.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. Well, okay, cool. Thanks for the update. So I put a couple other things in here. The forum code of conduct. So I wrote code of conduct and it actually went on the docs, like on docs.giveth.io. There's like now the code of conduct, which is like a fairly standard one. It's like a similar one for Shapeshift and for Gitcoin. And then I put it on the forum with like a kind of abridged version, which is like more like rules for using the forum. And I think we can put the same thing on the Discord. So there's an issue there, Ashley, just to add it to the Discord that you're assigned to.
Cool. I'll take a look at that and I can add that. I think is gonna help me kind of go through the Discord and like get security up to date and everything for the launch and just make sure like we're really resilient against bots and different kind of things like that. So I want to add that into the Discord as well whenever we go through. So that's great. Now that it's done, I can put that up. And then I had a question just with the contributors guide. I know we're creating a governance process document. So the governance process document will include like how to create your proposal in the forum, how long it stays before going to the DAO and everything. So I could basically just link to that in the contributors guide. I wouldn't need to put that information in there, right?
Yeah, totally. Mitch already wrote it mostly, actually. Mitch, I see you jumped in. Do you want to update on this? I think it's done-ish, right?
The governance process?
Yes.
Yeah, it's done. I just didn't post it for the reasons I think in the comment there where it talks about the Give Garden.
Right. So actually, it is in there already if you wanted to take a look so you can see what you don't need to include in the contributors guide. If you just scroll up to like documentation in the notes, it's like governance process, Mitch, and there's a link to the GitHub issue.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah, I don't think that it makes sense to put up live because we don't have the garden on there yet. I think we can just wait on it. Awesome. Cool. So wait, this is, yes, great. Nice. Awesome. Where were we? The Giveth history was updated. Hannah added a section. I made an issue about improving the forum just because I was like, I added our mission, vision, values and pinned it to the top in the code of conduct because I saw this in other people's forums. And then after, once Gardens is happening, we can put Mitch's governance process in there as well as like a forum post, because I think it would be easier for people who are making forum posts to like find them in one place. And I just was wondering if you guys have any other thoughts on things that we should do in order to make our forum like better and ready, or if this is enough.
I think it's a good start. It's really kind of hard to tell what we need to do before stuff starts happening. You know what I mean? It's like as things start to come in, then we can kind of like see what's best, what the best structure could be. But it's really hard to tell until people start using, coming in, like new outsiders start coming in and using it.
I think Mitch wrote in the governance process doc, like, I think like to make forum posts in like the appropriate categories and stuff for like when you're doing them on the Gardens. And then I put kind of like similar things in the rules of engagement that I put on the forum as well. I think it's pretty good for now, and that maybe we don't need to worry about it. And that, like as things happen, we can improve it. But I think that this is good enough for now. We could like launch once we get the governance process out there.
And as moderators, I know I gave you moderator rights, so as moderators, we can go in and change categories or add tags or, edit things if we see that they need to be into a different category.
Yeah, totally. Okay, awesome. Yeah, and then, so I went through the wiki, and like we talked about last week, I went through the wiki.giveth.io to see if there was like anything missing, and didn't really see anything totally missing except for issues that we already had. And then one thing that was missing though was like a general description of like what is Giveth.io. So I made an issue in the GitHub, so it's there if anyone wants to just like pick it up and throw something together quick, but I don't think it's like we have to do it super urgently. But I was also thinking previously we also had this like Giveth calendar. There was a link through the documentation, so maybe we can add that as well to the docs somewhere where it makes sense. What do you guys think?
Yeah, we could put that in there, I think.
You know what I'll do?
I really wish we could figure out who owns this other calendar, because we have two calendars, and it's kind of confusing, but I have no idea who owns the other one, and I've tried to find out a few times.
Oh, really? I only have one Giveth calendar, like the Giveth.io one.
Yeah, that's the one that we actively use, but there's another one called Giveth Meetings, and I'm not even sure like what email it's attached to or who owns it. And I've tried to find out. Danny Bell doesn't know, Kai doesn't know, Chris doesn't know. I don't know.
Oh, but does it actually like come up anywhere for people? Because I've never even seen it.
Yeah, Mitch was using it for a while and was actually really confused when things started to change because he'd been using that one.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to add to what is Giveth. I'm just going to add a link to the calendar that we're actively using so that people could add that one. And then so it's like hopefully the meetings one will just get phased out if there's one central place to like actually add the calendar. And it's the right one.
Yeah, cool. And I have it in the welcome channel of the Discord too, so that's the right one. Nice.
Okay. Great. Okay, awesome. Mitch, did you said that it's possible to add the search feature on the docs, but you were following up or something, right?
Yeah, there's it's like a third party provider that'll do it. I just need to get the API key and the snippet from them. So they replied to my email yesterday, and hopefully they're going to give me the information soon.
Cool. Awesome. Great. And then the blog posts I saw were already added, so that issue's done. And Kai actually already took down wiki.giveth.io, so if you go there, now it redirects you to the docs. Yeah, and then...
Nice. I just had a suggestion on the docs under the D apps. I was just looking through it in terms of like what we, the cancelled projects and listed, unlisted. And I was thinking that maybe how to have a high quality project and the project quality assurance guide could go under the create a project section.
Oh yeah.
They just seem to be a little bit like disjointed, not being under something. Does that make sense?
It does make sense. What do you think, Mitch? Mitch has been the one organizing the sidebars mostly. Do you think it makes sense to put the project quality assurance guide and the how to have a quality project under create a project? I think it makes sense.
Under
create a project as in a new title?
Or I think just underneath of it in the order.
Sub navigation.
Oh, as this, yeah. Okay, wait, I'm just going to it. Dapps, create a project. Oh, yeah. On the project quality. Yeah, it could be. It makes sense.
Sure. I don't really have a strong opinion on it.
Neither do I.
It just seems a bit lost if it's on its own. It's, when that's really about how you want to create. These apply to when you're creating a project, right?
Yeah, but the project quality assurance guide is actually for people who are it's for admins going and listing or unlisting projects.
Yeah, kind of for both. Aren't we also pointing projects to that guide when we send them emails?
We are.
Should be.
It is kind of for both, yeah. Yeah. Okay. I feel fine with that. Cool. Awesome. Okay, so we can move them so that they're all together, at least in consecutive order underneath each other. So, cool. Okay, the blog posts are added, wiki's down, and then I added this blocked documentation because we were last week and in the previous meetings. It's kind of we're still waiting. Oh, we're still waiting. So ones that I know that we're waiting on, I put them at the bottom. So we're blocked on some of these issues by getting the project verification or the trace wizard live. We're blocked by finalizing details for the give economy. Listed unlisted guide is actually almost up. But anyway, so I don't think we need to go through all those because they're all still blocked. So we can move into email. So I know that they were doing the email cool designs for emails, but I guess maybe this isn't happening because of the formatting is challenging.
What about the formatting?
They were, we were working with Marco and Rodri about creating unique design headers for each email or something.
Yeah, but he just needs to put it as a PNG instead of an SVG.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it's blocked.
Oh, okay. So it's cool and it's happening. Awesome. So email to suggest projects get verified. I think, is this done, Ashley, now? I think last week we were Ashley's going to put it live. Done?
So the big news on the comments.
Okay, email to project owners when the project has an update. Is this live now?
Done.
Yay! Cool.
Well, it's on staging. Matteo should be pushing it to live.
Okay, great. Awesome. And then the email lists were done already, and I also made an issue so that they have so that they're going to add your email field after an anonymous donor donates or someone donates without a complete profile. So we can get more donor emails. These are ones that we haven't done yet, but this I was just okay, to add later, emails that we can do later to emails to givers of verified projects and emails to projects when they get listed. Wait, but this is done, right? This one's done now too, right, Mitch?
I am still on my phone.
Oh, email to project. The email to projects when they get listed. This is done, and we're putting it all live today.
Those
right?
are done. Listed and unlisted is done.
Great. Nice. Okay. Email to canceled projects. This is still blocked by the code being developed.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
The email's done, but the code's not done.
Yeah. Cool. And then I think these are still. Okay, great. Awesome. Great. Okay, all the rest of the emails were done. We don't need to go through them. Give economy stuff, unless there's anything else for emails that you guys wanted to add.
overall governance.
No, great. Give economy stuff. So the copy for the overview and the garden and the farm is done, and you guys went in and out of comments, so that's really good. I wrote stuff for the givebacks in the give stream. It's not really finished yet, but when it's done, I think I'm just going to ping you guys to take a look and see if you like it. The give drop video I haven't done anything on this week. Giveth, DAP, comms, so yeah, there's a lot of parts here, but I know where we're at because we had a hack session and we did great, so I think this is all going up today. The quality score thing I think is also done. I had like put a suggestion, a final suggestion in the forum, and it seems like everybody voted yes that it's like fine, so I think we can take this off. There is an issue, this is like from Marco, is asking us if we could write, I put my name on it because I was going to work on it because I do all the stuff for the Twitter, but if anyone wants to put other ideas in here, basically this issue like number 370, content for promo banners, Marco wants to like have, you know, things that we say, like standard tweet things or standard like calls to action things, and then like make cool designs for them so that we can share them on social media, or they could be like banners on the homepage, like rotating banners or something like that. And it's just sort of like he needs us to write like some content saying like catchy things like give to get give backs, or yeah, the more you give the more you get, or something like this, just different content ideas. So yeah, if anyone feels inspired to support with that, you can. Then I also, so they're working on updating the homepage for Giveth.io, and I wrote new text for the homepage, like changed a lot of the different things. I would love to get one of you guys to review it, but like maybe after that they update the design, because I'm not really sure where it's gonna go and how it's all gonna look, and maybe some of it's redundant. So I'm just gonna let you know once that's done, because I would really like another, like I'd like some QA on it because it's gonna be on the homepage. Yeah, is there anything else for Giveth DAP comms stuff that I'm missing? No. Okay, great. Cool. So nice. I'm like happy that we've been like powering through this agenda super quickly, because now we can talk about fun community stuff and support Ashley. We could even like have a little like brainstorm session. The blog post stuff I don't think we're gonna have too much to talk about, so we can focus like a good chunk of the time here on community stuff. So meet the maker calls. Ashley, have you done anything on this, or should we do like some brainstorming or some talking about it?
And but yeah, so we have funding for a good little bit. So
Ashley?
budget, and we have about
wait, did I lose you guys? Ashley?
Association dwindling a little, but it's that's good. And with that,
Can anyone else hear me?
I can hear you.
You hear
Lauren.
me?
I can't hear Ashley.
Yeah, great. Thanks, Mia. We can hear you now, Ashley.
You can hear me now. Okay. I was just saying, like, with the computer thing being inaccessible at the moment, the video that I had recorded with the guy, or the call that I recorded with him, and, like, the platform that I really want to show you, I really can't until I get that, but it's AirMeet. I don't know if you've seen, like, some other communities have been using it for stuff, like Gitcoin's been using it, and it's really, really cool. And so, yeah, we can set something up in there. I really want to show it to you, and now I just have, like, this little Chromebook is useless almost.
Oh, I actually know AirMeet. I'm doing like kernel KB4 kind of very loosely because I'm so busy with Giveth, but I was in an AirMeet today, and it's really cool because you can have like groups, like you can have seats, there's like tables, and you could join the table, and then you could have like, we could have like different tables for different projects, and people could like go in and like
Exactly. So like the project owner could be at the table, and then like interested donors or whoever's interested in learning more could go and sit with them and learn about that, and then we could have like a stage that did like a big, just like an overview of each one. And yeah, so it's really cool. The potential is really awesome, and I would love to use that for the Meet the Makers thing.
That would be so cool. And I think if we're going to do something with that, like we'd want it to be like a pretty legit scale. Like we'd have to do a lot of like media push and make sure that we're getting like a bunch of people interested. And maybe it would be even nice to do like after the Give economies launch, and we could do like Meet the Makers with verified projects.
And also talking with this guy from TechUp, they have a whole community already formed, and so basically when they do these different events, like Giveth could have a booth in their events. There's already a bunch of people that are getting interested in their events and looking at all the different booths. Like we would have a booth in there. So we have other people like supporting us and getting people coming in, and we could find like definitely new people that way that don't know about Giveth, that aren't just going just to find out about Giveth.
Wait, sorry, I didn't quite understand. I understood what you said, but I didn't understand how this works. So it's like we join like another community's kind of call and talk about Giveth?
So like we would have our own booth, but they have like events hosted on AirMeet, so where they have a bunch of different booths. So it's almost kind of like a convention, I guess, with all these different booths. Giveth would just be one of the booths there. And so people could come in, we could have like project things, we could also do like a give economy kind of like announcement thing within there. And so other people who maybe aren't coming to AirMeet just because we told them to, they're like part of this like convention event and they want to have it going. Like right now they're doing it, I think, for 2 days every 30 days, but eventually they want to work up to where it's just like going 24 hours all the time.
Wow, that is so cool.
Yeah.
Wow. So, how should we coordinate? Like, how do we coordinate with that? Or like, because we could even just like, I don't know. Even if at the first time we join, we just have like a Giveth booth and talking about like Giveth and showing people more about it, and then like later we could have like more different like projects doing their spotlights.
Right. So if this is something that you guys are interested or that we're interested in, we could schedule another call with this guy. And he's really cool and he's into, like, he really wants us to be a part of it and stuff. So we can definitely schedule like a call with like the comms team and him, or maybe if we have a place in the community call. I know he tried to like share some stuff before, but it didn't quite work out. So,
Yes, that sounds amazing. That sounds so cool. We should definitely do that.
Yeah, so let's think how we, like, either we schedule, I don't know if we should schedule like its own call for the comms team, or just for anybody who's interested in learning more, or if we have them come to the community call.
Yeah, maybe we could have them come to the community call. Like, actually, this is on here too, like how to reformat the community call. Like, I like this idea of also just like kind of having spotlighty type things. And maybe for starters with like the restructuring of the community call, we could have like a spotlight, but the spotlight is somebody who has an idea of something they like are doing for Giveth, you know, like an idea of something that's related to Giveth. And like, so it's like, hey, like it's like an opportunity for someone to pitch to Giveth too. Like last week we had oh, you weren't there, but last week we had Rainbow Worlds people come, and the call was really disorganized, but it was way too much time spent on the Rainbow Worlds thing. But Rainbow Worlds are like about to do an NFT drop, like they're launching like on the 12th or something, and 67% of the proceeds they're donating to projects on Giveth, to Gitcoin, and to like RIP medical debt, and then they're all like poop NFTs. So anyway, it would have been cool if we had like designated like 10 minutes at the end of the call for like Rainbow Worlds to present their thing, or like in this case we could have this guy come and like talk about like how Giveth could get involved with this AirMeet, and then you know, you or me or comms team or whoever can like follow up and follow up with him and then like actually make that happen. But then we could introduce it to the rest of the community, so other people who have like other ideas who might get excited about it could be included.
Yeah, definitely. And with restructuring like the community call, do we want to try to do like each working group has a slide that they provide updates like the TEC does?
Yeah, I'm down. I'm down to make a slide. It seems
that
easy.
Would be good, because you can't put like too much on one slide, you know, like sometimes with like give economy stuff we went through so many like granular things that we just want like a more high level overview of each working group. Like if you really want to know what that working group is like doing in a granular level, you can go to their calls, but we just want like the main, you know, what happened in the last sprint.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. You know what I think would be really cool is if maybe like to make that happen, you could take stuff either from like the Giveth Figma, or like get in touch with like Roger or somebody just to like help you create like a slide deck, and then sort of like pre-format it a little bit and then send it to like the working group leads and be like, hey, add your stuff, and like, and then it's really clear like how to put the format in, you know?
Yeah, like a template.
Yeah, exactly. Because the TEC has a template. and it's like all, you know, TEC designy, and we have like our Giveth design. It would be cool if it looks like pretty Giveth design, you know, and leave a spot for a photo and pressure people to make it a meme. I think that'd be great. I think if everybody has to come up with a meme for their working group, it'd be great.
Yeah. I think that's a good idea, and maybe not this Sunday, but let's try to, I don't know if I have time to implement it with the computer stuff, but maybe like next Sunday.
Yeah. I totally agree. And you could, like, this week for the community call, we do it regularly, but in the community call, you can also mention to people, like, next week we're going to have a new formatting. I'm going to be sending you slides by this day, and it's going to look like this, and this is what I want you to do. So then everyone gets prepared for it at the same time.
Yeah.
And then we could also invite this guy to the following community calls, like our first new formatted community call. We can invite the Air Meet guy to come and give like a little talk, because I think with the slides too, we'll get through the agenda a lot quicker, and then we could create 10 minutes for someone to present.
Yeah, I think so too.
Hell yeah! It's exciting.
Yeah.
Mitch or Mia, do you guys have anything you want to add to any of that?
Sounds good. I agree with Ashley. Having the slides will give people less space to put in a bunch of stuff, because we do get lost in the weeds on these community calls, and like make sure that we're not leaving room for discussion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Maybe Ashley, when you make the slide template too, you could also like create like a what to put in the slide, like, or like what to put in the slide, you know, message that you'd send to every steward or whatever, that it's like, it should be top level only. It should, like, I don't know, just come up with your ideas of like what you think works the best.
Yeah, and maybe make an example one or something.
Yeah,
not just a template, but like an example. Yeah.
Totally. Yeah. Yep. For comms, it's easy because I feel like we do fun, exciting stuff. I don't know. Maybe I just get excited, but. Also, okay, great. Well, wait, Mia, did you want to say anything? Have anything to add to that?
No, I mean, my experience has just been like at some points, like doing the community call and then the dev calls, and then it's like at some point, like on a Wednesday, I would feel like, geez, I've heard this information 3 times now. Mm-hmm. You know. Mm-hmm. And that's just because I was sitting in all of the meetings, and I guess, you know, so it's like understanding what is really necessary to update people, because some people are only going to come to the community call, right? Mm-hmm. So it's a little bit of that fine line of being completely informed, but also not like hearing the same stuff over and over again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's also really good feedback. Something that maybe you could mention as well to people, like Ashley, is like, we want to, part of the cool part of restructuring and reformatting the community call is like we could make it more friendly to just like random other people, like people who are just getting interested in Giveth. So it's kind of like if all the working group stewards also have this concept of like, okay, what do I say about my working group, like to people who might just want to start jumping into it? So it's like what they do at the TEC too is like, they're like, oh, like we are the, I don't know, it's like we're the comms working group. We do cool things like communications. We write stuff. We write posts. Like, they talk about like what the function of the working group is at the beginning before they give the updates a little bit. And so it's like if people want to get involved in that working group, they have an idea of like who to reach out to and what they're doing and like what each circle is. And they also say like we have our weekly meetings at this time, you know? So it's like, hi Lauren. I'm talking about Giveth Comms. Giveth Comms is responsible for like emails and blog posts and Twitter, and we have lots of fun in our calls. Also, you should join us. That's on Wednesday at this time. This is what we did last week, you know?
Yeah, and I could maybe even say some of that stuff like when I'm passing it to the person, like, okay, now I'm going to pass it to this person representing this group, like this is what the group is about, or I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can also leave it up to the working group stewards so that they can kind of like frame the working group in the way that they see the working group. Because I think for some of them it's, yeah, like, I think in some of them it's like the working group stewards would have the best eye of like what they want to tell people who are getting involved.
But I guess it's also dependent on who's in that call, because mostly we've had just people internally.
Totally, but
it's only been the last few times that there have been new people.
Yeah.
Like outside projects.
Yeah, totally. But that's also because the reason we also don't really generally invite people to our community call because they're not interesting for outside people. So it's like if we create a friendly formatting for more people to come into it, it's like if you're looking at the room and you're like, okay, I don't need to explain to all these people these things, then, but like if there's new people coming in, I think having this in mind and having it prepared. So it's like if you want to explain, do you know what I mean? It's like we're transitioning into a time when more people can jump into the community call and we're making it like more meaningful for other people to join and get involved. And so it's like we can like transition out of that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Well, I feel complete on that. Ashley, do you feel complete? Oh, I'm taking that as a yes.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
good.
Sorry.
I was like some grunting.
It's like if I use my earbuds, the microphone doesn't work very well. If I don't use earbuds, then it's like that weird water in the headphone jack thing.
Oh man, we gotta get you your earphones.
Or just like give me my computer back.
Okay, so the last thing on here is this like Giveth lounge thing, which we touched on before. I mean, I think games is super cool and it's really nice that more people are starting to show up to it. But yeah, the TEC lounge, what they're doing right now, I went to one last week and they're they have like kind of like questions. Like Eduardo was leading it and he like asked everybody in the group a different question and he was like, hey, like, so you're in this place, like, what's your favorite fruit in the place that you live in? And it's like, oh, what's that fruit like? And then he, like, passes along to someone else, have you ever tried that fruit? And, like, and it was, like, he facilitated a conversation in a way that gets everyone to sort of know each other a little more, and it was, like, really free for me. But, yeah, like, Wonka's idea, when he suggested this, like, a few different times of, like, having lounges is, like, a space that, like, people can also talk about work-related things that aren't really relevant for calls. Kind of like it's like a space for people to be like, hey, I don't think it's like feels really great that, you know, I feel like I get 4 days vacation. It looks like this person gets 20 days vacation. Like, what's even the agreement? I don't know. Like, this is just a conflict that recently came up that now is getting solved. But it would be a space to talk about like work-related issues that you wouldn't like bring up in the comms call or bring up in the dev call. But I don't know. I don't know if we have the bandwidth to really implement this right now.
I don't know. I think the games is a good place to start, and maybe like how long? I haven't gone to them yet. I want to go. I will go
today.
How long does it? Does it usually take the whole hour?
Yes, it does because we have so much fun.
Okay. No, I just mean like if we could turn like the games thing into like a lounge where maybe half the time is for games and the other half is for like conversating or I don't know. Maybe I'll just come and see how it is.
Come and see how it is. I'm like, no, I want to play games for an hour. That's how I feel when you're like, I'm like, Mitch just made a trace to get more games. I want to see what those games are like.
Yeah, we're gonna get there.
So I have a question. So at this point, if someone has like an issue, a work-related issue, they're just going to bring it up in governance, aren't they?
Oh yeah,
in a
I guess
governance
so.
call.
But I think sometimes maybe it's like I'm feeling unsupported or something. Like what if it's I'm feeling unsupported? Or like I'm feeling really overwhelmed. Like that's not really something that you would bring up in a governance call. Maybe this like thing about I was saying with the vacation.
Guess maybe that's like the buddies and stuff, you know? I think that's kind of where the buddies come into. Like if you feel like you need more support, you can like talk to your buddy about how can I get more support in this area or what can I do, you know?
True. Yeah. I think we just put the Giveth Lounge concept, like it's cool and we have like all kinds of other things that we're already doing, so let's just like we'll stop talking about it for now, but we can kind of like, you know, it's an idea. And we could revisit the idea at some point in the future if it seems right. Cool. Okay. Ashley, do you have anything else for community or anyone?
Nope.
Yay! Cool. I'm so glad glad we added this section and get to talk about it and had so much time today for it. I feel good. Cool. I think so. Blog posts. I don't think any of these blog posts are done except for the Argive one, which Hannah, I think, brought to Danny for like QA. So maybe we're going to have a blog post coming out soon. But she didn't add the link in there, so I think that we need to check on that. But unless I'm wrong, any progress updates on blog posts? No. Great. Oh, this blog post is this thing is done. Mitch added all those blog posts on there, so I'm taking that off. Analytics. I don't think that this was a priority either, right?
No, but Fabio did reach out to me.
Oh, really?
And so he's got the amplitude, and he's taking a look at it.
Cool. Nice. That's fun. So great, good thing it's on here.
Yeah.
Fun. Okay, awesome. So that brings us to the end of all the things that we have on here. Is there anything else
One thing
that you guys want to talk about?
to the blog posts.
What?
Just one thing back to the blog posts. If we want to look at doing another project spotlight.
I love doing project spot. I mean, I think that they're great, and if you feel like writing one, I think it's an appropriate time. It's been a few weeks.
Yeah, I'll probably try and stick to like the cadence of every month. So like, I'll put it on my radar and probably start or finish it late next week.
Love it. That sounds perfect. Okay, I'll make an issue for you in GitHub. Oh, hey, Mitch, actually, you missed the beginning of the call, but we had a couple of like admin organizational things that we talked about. But actually, I'll explain that to Mitch. I won't bore everybody else with it in the meantime. Is there anything else we need to talk about?
No, I just wanted to ask, are you still using the project outreach spreadsheet, Mitch, for collecting projects for the spotlight, or do you have enough for the next post?
I'm using that spreadsheet.
Okay, so I can add stuff in there probably because I've been doing a lot of verification stuff, so I know I've been reading pretty much every single project, and
nice.
So I could probably recommend you a few.
Ooh, Ashley, if you could also recommend like even a more exhaustive list of ones that you think that we should donate to with Giveth Love, then that would be cool too. I don't know if you're putting just like an indicator on like ones that you like on the spreadsheet or something.
Yeah, definitely. You mean for the outreach for the Project Spotlight one, or for verification stuff?
For both. Like you're reading all the projects, so like I just want to know any ones that you think are cool that we should donate to, or that I should like look at and send money to.
In the spreadsheet, the unlisted listed one that we went through this morning, I went in there and I was also using that for verification. So like way over to the right, there's another set of check boxes, and ones that have either applied for verification, have been verified, or ones that I want to reach out to get verified. So I've been using that.
Okay. That's good enough.
As well, yeah.
Awesome. Okay, cool. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Anything else? No. Great. Awesome. Well, this was super fun. I would love to explain to Mitch really quickly what we talked about with the planning stuff, but since me and Ashley, you already heard it, if you don't want to stick around, you're free to go.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm going to jump out, but I'll see you guys at games.
Okay, see you at games. Maybe I'm going to also stop streaming because